Well, folks, welcome to another edition of Why I Joined eXp. Today on the show, I have the proud privilege of hosting Windy Goss. Welcome to the show, Windy.
Hey, how's it going?
It's great. Windy, we met recently at Maui Mastermind with Brent Gove, just 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not even 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago I got back, maybe 9.
Do you want to be there as much as I do right now?
Yeah, well, not really. I love my Canadian snow climate. It had a great skiing festival this past weekend. How about you? What have you done since we saw you last?
Just work. Zoom. That's what I'm doing.
Zoom and zoom.
And there's my dog. Oh my God, I'm
nice
sorry.
Dougie. Oh, he's a great Dougie.
I'm on a podcast. Can you get him out of here? Okay, that's
Your dog
Jeep.
His name is Jeep?
Yes, it is.
Why am I not surprised?
We needed something easy to remember.
So Wendy, I'd like to give you an introduction from my great meeting with you and your husband. And we met at breakfast one morning, I believe, with my son, Jacob.
Yes.
And Wendy, let me just kind of free fall here on what I think I know about you and why I like you so much. You're part of my eXp group, really, only because you're one of, I think, is it 88,000 other agents or 92,000 right now that, it's easy for us to connect with in our world. And we happen to have breakfast together. And of course, that makes it that much easier. You've been in the business, I think, kind of since about, you got in the, just as things were crashing in the world around 2006 and 7, I think. And then I think you were working for some person. And then I think that you went out on your own and had a small brokerage doing your own thing. And then about maybe 4-ish years ago, somehow you joined eXp and you run a small team and you're having fun with your agents and doing cool things. Did I get it more or less right? Can you help me tune this story?
Okay, so you're almost correct. I hopped in 2005. So
Yeah.
I've been in almost 20 years and started out at Remax. And then I opened up my own brokerage and owned my own brokerage for 10 years. And I've only been at eXp since March of last year.
Oh, so not even a year.
Yeah, so not even a year. So I went to a Krista Shore event and love her. She is my video coach, and had a free breakfast with Jesse Zagorski. Love him. Oh. And he started talking about retirement. And I literally was just there for the free breakfast because I'm a broker owner. Like, why would I come to eXp and give them any of my money when I make 100% of my money, right?
Right.
That has been my mindset since people have been inviting me to eXp for 5 years. So, but then when he talked about retirement, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I don't really have that. I should probably listen. And I had saved up $22,000 in a 401k over my 10 years of owning my brokerage. Woohoo, right? I can so spend that in like 1 weekend on Jeep parts. So I decided to listen. And when he started talking about how if you close so many deals, you get your cap back in stock, I was like, oh, well, I know I could close that, because I've been doing this a while, so I know I can close that many deals and get my money back. And that would actually force me to save money, right? And then they had the 5% stock option to take out of your commissions to build that up even more, which, that's just like awesome because I'm an amazing spender. I'm a terrible saver. So when he started talking about that, I was like, okay, maybe that makes sense. And then he started talking about liability. And yes, I have spent so much money and so much time trying to keep my agents out of trouble. It's not very hard to be, a good agent, but they do dumb things. And when you're a broker, your license is on the line for everything that they do. And I was sick of being worried about that. So when he talked about that, then I really started listening, and it kind of makes sense. And then when he talked about how there's so much more opportunity for agents, I was thinking, okay, that gives my agents more opportunity, because I'm doing pretty good, but
Right.
telling them what I'm doing, but with all the things I can offer them, and I don't actually have to do it,
Mm.
is huge to me. So anyway, so that's when I made my decision that I was coming to eXp.
Wow. And how long did it take you to come to that decision?
Like that day, I literally went back to my room where my sponsor was. She didn't even go to the breakfast. And she's my friend, Linnea Carter. And I just said, okay, I'm coming over. What do we got to do? I got to move my whole team. And
Wow.
I came home. I went over. I had one-on-one meetings with all my agents.
Yeah.
And basically, I just kind of said, how would you like it if LV Sweet Homes Realty now offered this and also offered this? And so I had this huge long list of everything that my company is now going to be able to offer them.
Tell
And
us,
like,
actually, we talked a little bit about that at breakfast. What you offered them? Like ownership, right?
yeah, no, I just start basic. I said,
Yeah.
how would you like a lower monthly fee? Right? How would you like a lower split? How would you like no transaction fee? Right? How would you like to have the option to get your cap back? Right? How would you like healthcare? How would you like 80 plus hours of live education
Every week?
Right? And so I kind of just, how would you like to build your own little team? Once you generate your own leads, you could still work by leads. You know what I mean? They can still work by leads, but I'm going to teach you with these new tools how to generate your own leads and make your own little business.
Mm.
And anyway, and it just kept getting better. I can't remember all the things that were there, but
They
there
all
was
kept saying yes, 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 and you're going to say, and I'm going to give that all to you.
free
And tomorrow
CRM. Yeah, free CRM of their
CRM.
own, free website on their own. I mean, they had that at my company, but it was mine. It was all
Right.
mine. And this way, I love that it's theirs. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I think that's more important than, just being a broker and, everybody is you representing
Yeah.
you. Now it's them, and they're more individual and they can do whatever they want. I mean, obviously, within reason, but you know what I mean? And they could be their own person, and people can be shopping on their own sites. And, it's just very cool. And so, yeah, they were just like 99% of them were very happy.
Awesome. And I need to back up a little bit. Windy's in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yes.
And what was cool about meeting Windy and her husband, who's also an agent, I believe, right? Yeah.
No.
No, he's not.
Nope. He is in road construction. Next best thing in Las Vegas.
Next best thing. And Windy and her husband are passionate. I don't even know what to say. What they do. It's a 4-wheel driving, I guess. What do you guys do?
Yeah. So we love to crawl around on rocks.
Right.
And we met each other in the Jeep community out on the trail. Actually, yeah, I was trying to sell my fenders, and that's how I met him. But anyway, long story short, we actually got married on the trail, and we've had little competitions on whose Jeep is better, and now we have buggies. So we have these rock crawling buggies, and we hang around off rocks, and it's just super fun. So, so we do that around here. We go to Utah. We've been, wheeling in California on the Rubicon. We just kind of in Colorado. We went to Colorado, so it's just fun.
And when I don't know if anyone else noticed, but when Wendy mentioned in her 401k after 10 years owning her own brokerage and putting money in her 401k and having actually $22,000 or something in there, and then she casually mentioned, I can spend that on a weekend Jeep crawling, I think is what the words were.
Yeah.
When you look at these pictures, you can believe it of the equipment they have.
Oh yeah, I know. It's definitely not an expensive hobby. But yeah, the cool thing is, and I didn't realize how cool it was till I got here, was that I've been at eXp for less than a year, and I already have almost $50,000 in my stock account. So it took 10 years to save 22,000, and I doubled that in less than a year being here at eXp. So that's when I decided to do more agent attraction and share it, because like, why wouldn't I not tell people about it? Because you know, that's just, you know, we need to tell people about it, because not everybody is there, and you know, I'm sure they want to be if they knew about it.
And so was this in the past year since March? Tell me about your eXp journey. You are actually, I actually just mentioned this as well. Wendy's kind of a, you know, naturally efficient tech person. She ran I want to say, a physiotherapist office as an administrator, and then started chiropractor. Well, it's similar. And then in the early 2000s, and then for some, she wanted to earn more money. I think she got a real estate license and was doing it on weekends and evenings a bit, and then was like, hey, this is really good. And then, you know, jumped in full time, right? So you're an administrator, you're good with tech, you're maybe somewhat a little bit analytical, I think, if you're running an office as a broker. Tell me a little bit about the past year. What was it like getting brought into eXp? Have you dove into sort of the ecosystem of eXp, meaning, you know, the eXp world and workplace chat and workplace groups? And how many of the events have you gone to? Have you gone to eXp Con yet? Have you gone to Shareholder Summit? What have you gone to?
Yeah, so I've been to the Build event, and then eXp Con, and then Maui Mastermind. So it's kind of cool because
you're drinking the Kool-Aid then. You're drinking
a little boutique brokerage. Like, I can't even offer that to my agents. You know what I mean? So it was so important to me, and I built it from scratch. But really, I wasn't. Yeah, this is just, it's just life-changing. So, but since I've been here, yeah, it's just been super easy. Uploading everything, all the transaction stuff, huge support. I've gotten to know the world very well, to where I could just hop in and get an answer in like less than 5 minutes. Just pull a ticket, sit down at a table with your broker, or tech support, or agent onboarding, like, and that is just huge to me, because I don't have time to drive across town to find someone, to talk to someone, to make an appointment. So, and now I just did a video after the event, because I realized that not all agents know how to do that for some reason that are at eXp. So I did a video showing them how I navigate the world and where I go, you know, because there's a lot to the world. Like, you could literally drive a ski boat and stuff, but like, I just go for certain things. And yes, I have been to classes. I kind of suck at the avatar, because I'm not very good at video games. So I may be techie, but I suck at video games. And my first class, I ended up on stage on accident, because I was trying to turn myself around and take a selfie for proof that I went to this class for my icon. And I accidentally clicked up on stage, and I ended up on there in front of 400 agents. So yeah, hysterical. But and your name is right across the top of your head. So Windy Goss.
Actually, I'm curious with that experience. Did you actually like feel embarrassed?
I was red. My dad was in my office here, and he's like, you know, they can't see you. But they can see my name, and I should have did a dance while I was up there, because you can dance with your avatar. But I was just trying to get out, like, so I clicked down, and then I ended up standing in front of some guy, so he couldn't even see the screen. I don't know. It was traumatic, but anyway, I'm a little bit better now. So.
My first experience in the workplace, I can't tell you everything, but I was there, and I met an administrative person or another realtor, and she looked really good in her avatar. And I actually like held the mic, and I told her how good she looked, but it was inappropriate. And I actually got a call from like not my broker, but like sort of Canadian, I'm in Canada here in Canadian operations, reprimanding me. Like, I felt very, very bad, because I thought I was in a video game in my living, in my basement with, my 15-year-old friends, like going back years ago. But it's real. This metaverse is real. And we have to use appropriate behavior in this world. And so as an old guy, 56 years old,
That is hilarious.
I needed to be slapped.
That is so funny. I know. And a lot of people I talk to, they're like, yeah, they're not even real. I'm like, no, they're real people.
They're real.
They're real people. Like,
avatar.
I'm a real person. I don't look real, but I'm real and I'm behind here.
Yeah,
So,
it was
funny.
something.
Oh my gosh.
Well, this is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. And Wendy, we didn't talk really about Tech Tuesdays. You offer a great program, Tech Tuesdays. Just sitting up for breakfast, you and I exchanged information and stuff. And I mean, you come across as just being like perfectly normal, of which, you are and I am, but you have this like whole ability to do things and get things done really quickly and efficiently using tech. And then I found out later that you actually offer a Tuesday class. What is that? How do we find that group?
Yeah, so it's in Facebook. It's open to all agents. And it's Tech Tuesday with Windy, which is WINDY. And you just join the group, and I have a class every morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you just hop in the Zoom and learn something cool. And then all of the classes are recorded in there. So if you want to learn about KV Core or Follow Up Boss or running Facebook ads or how to do videos, like anything that I love and do, I have a class on. And then, sometimes people will be like, oh, I heard about this new program, blah, blah, blah. How do we do that? I don't know, but I'm going to find out and then I'm going to teach a class about it. So
that's great.
They're fun. They are definitely far from professionally, edited,
Yeah.
but hey, that's me. And there's usually about 500 different ways to do something. I just teach the way I know. And then I usually end up learning something from my classes because there's so many smart people on there, so it ends up being a little mastermind too. Like, oh, I do this. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm writing things down. So, anyway, it's a good group and we have over 500 members in there now. So it's fun. About 50 people hop on Tuesdays, and then again, like I said, not everybody could do it at that time. So we just record it and put it in the group.
Cool. You mentioned how you did a video recently, and I'm going to look for it, of like how to navigate maybe the eXp world. And you said like, I don't know, I don't understand why an eXp agent wouldn't know how to do that. So I'm one of those kind of agents that I know how to go to eXp world, but I don't do it easily. And I think about it and I find a reason not to do it often. And so can you understand that? And what do you have any advice of maybe someone, eXp agent listening to this, or someone considering eXp, as like how not to be afraid of that technology and how to jump in? Any thoughts on that?
Well, if you don't like the world, which some people don't, it's not for everybody. We have what's called Workplace, which is like a Facebook, but for eXp agents. So for people that really struggle with it and absolutely don't want to use it, it's like, okay, well, you like Facebook. I know you do because we're friends. And here you go. So basically you could go into your state broker group. They have a whole bunch of different groups, and this is all for just eXp agents. So you can ask any questions you want inside those groups, and get an answer just like that. Or you could be like me and put my 4 brokers on a chat in Workplace Chat, which is just like a Facebook chat, but through Workplace. And I ask a question and I always get an answer just like that. And there's always someone on call on the weekend. If you have a question, they get right back to you. I mean, it's really cool. So if you don't have time to get in the world, you'll have Workplace Chat and Workplace on your phone. So you could be out and about and just, go that way. So
cool.
Yeah.
When you tell me a little bit about your current organization, meaning you joined eXp for all the great reasons, and I assume that you joined as well for the rev share opportunity and the opportunity to retire. Tell me a little bit about how that's gone for you currently. How many tier 1 agents do you have? How many do you have in your organization?
Yeah, so actually I did not join eXp for rev share. I had no interest in it because I hate recruiting, right?
Yeah.
Everybody hates recruiting. Like doing videos. Nobody likes doing them. You just need to do them. So anyway, so it actually took me several months to be at eXp before I realized that it was pretty awesome here. So I'm like, why wouldn't I tell people about it? And I have
Right.
this group of people, that I'm helping with tech every week. And why not, tell them about what we have going on here. So it is a process, and it's not something that happens overnight. But, and some people like it, some people don't. Sometimes I'll talk to people and then they don't even decide to do anything for like 6 months because it wasn't for them then. And
Yeah.
like me, like I said no for 5 years. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I
Yeah.
kind of kick myself because where could my stocks be if I joined 5 years ago,
Right.
But I feel like I ended up in the right tribe, and I love that we can offer, so much in my organization. So
Mhm.
I'm glad I ended up where I ended up. So anyway, so then I recently just started agent attracting a couple months ago. And so I have 19 on my front line, and I have 1 level 2 so far. So I'm just getting
Wow.
started.
You
Just
do
started.
stuff quickly. You have 19 on your front line. That is like that's pretty quick, I think, for this in this organization. And so what is your, and how many of those 19 are on your team? They're actually paying you a split because they're on your team as opposed to in your group. That's how I think of it.
Right. So I have 5 on my team.
Okay.
And then I have eXp agents that aren't even in my organization that are in Las Vegas that work my leads. So because I made friends with them, their sponsors are, a different sponsor, which is fine, but I saw they were kick-ass agents. So I was like, oh, can we say ass? Anyway.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Anyway, and I was like, hey, I have some leads. Do you want to help me work them? And they're like, yeah. So I have 2 agents that work leads that aren't in my organization. And then I have the 5 that came over here from my brokerage. So
And what's your strategy in terms of recruiting agents right now? We got a whole whack of ideas in the Maui Mastermind. You're doing YouTube, it sounds like.
yeah, so yeah, I don't really agent attract through YouTube, but I do some videos, a couple, agent attraction videos. I try to do a couple a week, just talking about, things that they probably don't have and we do,
Yeah.
just to make someone curious to message me. But for the most part, I give value.
Mhm.
So, so the people that are in my group, I'm giving them value, whether they're eXp or not eXp. And, if they like it, there's more where that comes from.
Right.
So that's kind of the strategy I'm going with, because I know that, there's so many agents struggling in this lovely market shift we're in.
Right.
So, if I can help them be better, then maybe they'll want to come and help my organization be better, so.
Good. Wendy, we're going to include some links in all the show notes and everything on this show. Sort of coming up, putting this to tying a bow to this. What are some ways people can reach out to you, and maybe think a little bit about any last request of the listeners? Is there anything? Do you have any ask for the listeners? Yeah. How do people reach out? And last request for the listeners.
Okay. Well, I love Facebook. I kind of suck at Instagram, but I'm on there. And YouTube, I'm just getting started. So if you want to follow me, that'd be fabulous. But for the most part, it's Windy Goss, your real estate boss. If you just Google that, you'll find all of my links right there, because I've rebranded myself since I came here.
Mhm.
So not only did I change my company, I changed my name. I know. Fun fact.
Right. And what was the point of changing your name? We had that discussion. What was your name previously?
So when I got married, I wanted to keep my other married name because I was in the business for 10 years under Wendy Humphreys.
Yeah.
And, so I thought, oh my gosh, when I get married, if I take away Humphreys, nobody's going to know Windy Goss, right? Because it's nowhere on the internet. But I've been branding Windy Humphreys forever. So I went with Windy Humphreys Goss. And then I realized it was so long, and it was like, all my marketing, it was just a very long name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, I could literally have a 4-letter last name. Like, why did I do that? So I went to the court. I had to fill out the paperwork for a name change to drop Humphreys. And when you're not getting married or divorced, like they make it really hard. You have to file a ad in the newspaper and everything because they want to make sure you're not running from the law or creditors. And so when I did that, I was like, okay, yay, I'm now going to be Windy Goss. It's so much shorter. And my friend's like, oh my God, Windy Goss, the real estate boss. I was like, I'm using it. So
that's great.
Yeah. So I took it and ran, and now it's on everything. So you should be able to find me that way.
Good. Windy, this has been a pleasure. Last ask for the audience.
Yes.
Yeah, that's you get to ask the audience, like something special, maybe hug each other more. You talked about your Tuesday.
Come to Tech Tuesday. If you're an agent and you need help with anything, come to Tech Tuesday. You'll learn a lot, and you can ask your questions there. So. And
how do we find it one more time?
It's in Facebook, and it's a group called Tech Tuesday with Windy, WINDY.
Windy, you continue to be awesome and inspire in your most gentle and kindest way. We appreciate you. Thank you for being my friend, and we'll keep in contact.
Yeah, thanks for doing this. This was fun.
It'll be
All right.
fun.
Well, have a great day and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.